the experience of like working with people and like doing something different, not a desk job, being able to work with my hands and not in construction. No talking, like here's
Right.
the documents, sign them now. I'm just sitting in the barracks with nothing to do and like, oh my god, why did I do this? Like, who made me sign up? One saying I hate it, one saying I liked it.
Yeah, hated it. One said you hated me,
Yeah,
and then the second one said thank you.
absolutely. Because most of the friends that I made there, I still have today. Like, no, it's gonna be fine. Just floor it and you'll be great. So I did exactly what he said, and I floored it up the entire hill, and it was like riding a roller coaster. I was like giggling the entire way up. And he was like, "You're crazy." It gives you like a warm feeling, like at the end when you got over with it, and you're like, "Oh my god, like I just did this."
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to think about. Like telling people what I did, they're like, "No way, you did that."
Guess big first question is what kind of led you to look into the National Guard? Like, what led to us having a conversation together?
I started with the National Guard in Illinois. It was right next to my gym, and I always thought it would be kind of cool doing something different. I really liked doing the confidence courses and stuff like that, and also like recruiting different events like at Country Thunder or at the Oshkosh Air Show with the pull-up bar, and I'm like, oh, I can get cool stuff. Like, might as well join the Army. I can get a lot of cool stuff.
The swag got you.
The swag got me for sure, but just the experience of like working with people and like doing something different, not a desk job, being able to work with my hands and not in construction, really offered me a new approach to a job. So I like that part.
Cool. So you had some interest, got a National Guard T-shirt, and you're like, "Yep, this is the way to go."
This is the way to go.
All right. So then, got in contact with me. All right. And how did that go with you and I working together?
It was fun. Definitely got me with the Leonard Kenny references. So
Yeah.
it was fun. Yeah. I like you a lot better than my other recruiter. You're very personal. You like actually like connect with us as like on a human level versus like, hey, like I'm a sergeant, you're a civilian.
Yeah.
This is it, Iron Foot. Like, no talking. Like, here's
Right.
the documents, sign them now.
Right.
So it was more like it was definitely better talking to you than talking to the Illinois recruiters for sure.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would say the same.
Yes.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All
Gold
right,
star.
Cool. So then process went through. I know it took a little bit to actually get you to that point of enlistment, but we got you there, right? And then what were your thoughts coming out of the enlistment center? Like,
I was nervous. I was actually thinking about it on the drive up here because I remember being super nervous when you picked me up, and then driving there, and I was like, okay, like this is kind of scary.
Yeah.
My roommate definitely did not make it better because she was like this 5'5" enlisting for the Marines, and she was
Right.
like very headstrong. But afterwards, we went out for ice cream, so a little sad, but it ended up paying off.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot too.
I was gonna bring that up
So.
because you, out of everybody that I've worked with, I remember your post enlistment thing the most.
Just getting ice cream.
Yeah, because it was such like a weird, like, go out get some food. What do you want? Ice cream. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but you can't go wrong with Killen's ice cream. It's good.
No, I discovered that day, but like it was just such a, but like yeah, I remember that one very vividly, it was really fun, and then with the RSP for a while, the recruit stand program prior to basic and a little bit after. How was that experience for you?
RSP?
Yeah, how was the RSP?
RSP was fun. It was definitely interesting seeing like when I came back for sure, like seeing people who are just like getting into the Army and like haven't gone to basic training yet, how like new and fresh they are,
Yeah.
and like very scared of the drill sergeants, and then
Yeah.
afterwards coming back they're like, oh hey, like you want a sandwich? And I was like, yeah.
Do you feel like it helped you?
Absolutely, 100% yes, because with going to RSP before, I feel like I had like a little underline like knowing how drill sergeants are going to act and like what I should do to like make sure that they're not going to like target me and like
Yeah.
smoke me or corrective training.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
RSP definitely did help.
Cool. And now talk to me about basic. What was it like for you? What was
Actually,
day one?
well,
Day one. Talk about reception.
reception sucks.
Yeah.
Going in before the sun comes up, coming out after the sun goes down. Never seen the sunlight at all. Lack of vitamin D. They're poking and prodding me with needles and stuff. Just sitting on like hard wooden benches for 5 hours, and the food there was horrible. It was definitely not fun. Plus, also like we were there during holiday block leave, which is like right now.
Yep.
So we were there for an extra 4 days, and you're kind of just sitting in the barracks with nothing to do and like, oh my god, why did I do this? Like, who made me sign up? Like, why am I here? But then getting on the buses and actually going to our unit, that was when it was like, okay, like this isn't that bad. This is kind of fun. And yeah, from the rest of like that, our company was pretty small. I don't know how many people we had in total because you knew exactly, but we had about 33 people per platoon and 3 platoons. So smaller company, everybody was a lot easier to be like cohesive and like get along with each other. So after like midway through white phase, everybody was on the same page and it was just smooth sailing from there.
Yo,
It was definitely fun for sure.
another thing that sticks with me with your path specifically is I still have 2 letters from you.
Oh yeah. One saying I hate it, one saying I liked it.
Yeah, hated it. One said you hated me.
Yeah.
And then the second one said thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep them in my backpack with me because it's like one of those things, It's like it's overcome adversity, All right, cool. So what were your favorite things at basic?
The Nick at Night, the crawling and stuff like that. It wasn't horrible.
Okay. And Nick and Knight's where you...
That's where you crawl with the 240s shooting above your head.
Okay, so you got
So,
live
live
gunfire
fire.
going over your head.
Yes.
You're just crawling.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Cool.
It wasn't that hard.
Get the
Actually,
heart rate going.
my buddy, he was the first one to finish, and the battalion commander gave him a coin for being the first one to finish. So that was pretty cool.
And what do the coins mean to you?
To me,
Yeah.
just like a cool little keepsake, something that I
keepsake.
accomplished, I could do,
Okay.
and then it's getting a reward for it.
Sweet.
So the confidence tower, which is rappelling, because I really like rappelling, and then the confidence course,
Okay.
which we did. I forgot what it was called, but it was during blue phase. The other one. PEX was my favorite part for sure, because it wasn't just like, okay, like yeah, you can crawl up the tower, like cool, you can go back down the tower. This was
Right.
like, it was timed. We had to like run in between each little obstacle and do the obstacle, get it done quick. Whole group had to go through, finish, blah blah blah. And then we didn't have any. I think we only had one fault because I was beating myself up during the practice run. I went up the like rope twice, and then the actual race I didn't go up at all. So I was just like jumping on it, getting off, jumping on, getting off, because you have to do 3 attempts.
Yeah.
I crossed the finish line. We had like 1 or 2 faults from people like falling down off certain obstacles, but in the end it was like 15 minutes, and then everybody else had like 6 faults, so they had like 17 minutes, and we ended up winning. So it was a good like group project that we managed to do together.
So overall, basic training challenged you.
Yes.
Right? Put you in probably some uncomfortable situations, like not having your phone.
Yeah,
Right.
that wasn't that bad.
How often did you get your phone?
Once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah, and every time I had it, I just wrote down song lyrics.
Okay. So probably a lifestyle adjustment, right? You had to, it's
Yeah.
not waking up going to Starbucks or whatever happens in the world,
Right.
All right, cool. But would you say overall was a good experience? Is
I
that something you regret?
absolutely, because most of the friends that I made there I still have today. Like I call not my battle buddy, but that's kind of weird to say. I call my friend Crosby. I call her all the time. I literally called her today on the way here,
Okay.
and we just talk all the time. We went to Texas after we graduated AIT. Like a few of us went to Texas and hung out together.
Cool.
So it was a lot of friends that I
Building
made.
some
And I still have
long-lasting
them.
connections
Yeah.
and stuff. That's awesome. Now the switch from basic training to job training. What did that look like?
We were holdovers for a week, so that was a little bit of a struggle going from no phones to having our phones and then back to no phones.
Right.
So that was a little hard. AIT was definitely harder than basic training. Not so much in like the job training sense. Driving trucks was really fun, but the drill sergeants not being with them, like not knowing them, versus being with these drill sergeants for like 10 plus weeks, it's like a little bit of a difference.
Right.
So
Cool.
yeah.
But so tell me about some experiences there.
In AIT? Well, I'm an 88 Mike, so we got to drive a few different types of trucks. We got to drive the 915s, and I forget what the other trucks are, but LHS? Yeah, load handling system. I like the LHS because I've never driven a vehicle before where the steering wheel is in front of the front tires.
Okay.
So it was like really fun, and the suspension on it's horrible, so every little bump you're like going flying. And I remember one specific event, we were driving on the road. We went on this like side road up a giant hill with a ton of potholes in it, and the trainer teacher I was with, he was like buckling every single seatbelt he could find possible, like holding on to like the ceiling and stuff like that. And I was like, is it gonna be bad? And he was like, no, it's gonna be fine. Just floor it and you'll be great. So I did exactly what he said, and I floored it up the entire hill, and it was like riding a roller coaster. I was like giggling the entire way up, and he was like, you're crazy. But it was really fun. I did enjoy that. 915's not so much. That's like a semi truck, and alley docking was like my worst nightmare. But I ended up doing it. I passed and I got out in the expected time, so it worked out well.
Cool. And then when did you come home again?
I came home May 3rd,
May 3rd.
and I left December 27th.
And so you had a little bit of summer vacation
Yes.
and a little bit of time to kind of chill out a little bit.
Yeah,
and
spent all of my money on trips.
absolutely.
Did not know that was going to happen, but I went to Mexico like 2 days after I came back. Then I went to Texas, and then we went to North Carolina. So
Okay. And
Kinda
then,
cool summer.
and where are you at now?
now I live in Whitewater, and I go to school there, UW Whitewater.
Yeah, and you're in ROTC.
I
as
am in
well,
ROTC.
And are you enjoying that experience too?
I am. I wish I was there a little bit more. Since last year I left for second semester, I only got like 1 semester of ROTC, and I came back on profiles, so I can't really do much now. But every little chance I get to like hang out with them, I definitely do. It's really nice because we have a small program. We're a sister battalion to Madison, which is like 100+ kids. So with the fall of TX, it's a little weird because they think that we're part of the Madison kids. They just haven't met yet. And we're like, no, we're actually just from Whitewater. They're like, oh, okay. And then don't talk to us. But we have a few friends in Madison, and they come out and we play dodgeball sometimes for PT in the morning. And we have our labs out in the forest preserve, and it's pretty fun. All of our cadres really, they like to bring the energy. So
Bring the energy, bring the challenges.
yes.
That's good. So overall, right, like if you were sitting here across from somebody, say, that wanted to do this or was kind of hemming and hawing, going back and forth on whether they want, what would you say to them?
Overall, like as big as like a challenge it might seem at first, like going through with it and seeing the overall process in the end, it's very rewarding, and it gives you like a warm feeling, like at the end when you got over with it and you're like, oh my god, like I just did this. It's crazy to think about, like telling people what I did, they're like, no way you did that. And it's fun because I did, and I got a lot of friends and a lot of good experiences doing it. So any like little hesitation you think about, like just kind of like put it in the back of your mind and like just go through with it. It goes by really quick, and it's a lot of fun.